Hello, this is my 8th grade independent reading project by Spencer. The book I chose for the project is called Robopocalypse by Daniel H. Wilson. It focuses on one man named Cormac Wallace as he discovers a black box and tells of its contents, and takes place during the mid-21st century. Cormac learns that it is the black box of the war between robots and humans. It takes him back to the origins of the war. The black box proceeds to show how a scientist successfully creates the first artificial intelligence completely sentient, and how it names itself Archos. It then kills its creator by shutting off the oxygen in the room. Archos has the ability to travel through the internet and therefore control any mechanical instrument that is linked to a computer. The black box shifts to tell the stories of people's lives leading up to the beginning of the war, called 0 Hour. As 0 Hour approaches, Archos becomes more confident in his attacks, such as rogue cars, planes, and finally the military. 0 Hour comes and the humans are completely taken by surprise. During their time, everything they owned had some sort of computer chip built into it. The world plunged into chaos and every major city was targeted by Archos. At this time during the book, many of the small stories start to connect and have some of the main characters meet up. This brings us to the scene that I have created. A man named John and his wife Dawn are in their apartment when 0 Hour hits, and somehow manage the first several hours of the attack. They even see a plane crash just down the street. I am now going to give you a tour of the scene. This is John's 4-story apartment. I will just show you around the apartment. This is the room that John and Dawn spend the first several hours in. John then decides to take matters into his own hands and fight back. He works in the construction industry and owns TNT. He goes and rigs the house across the street with TNT as he knows that the robots have taken over. John then goes to the parking garage adjacent to the apartment and detonates TNT. The house blows up and the robots inside are destroyed. Now, the reason that you don't see humanoid robots in the street is that early in the war, the only robots that Archos used were simple housebots, such as these. As this one. Over here is the crash site of the plane. As you can see, the plane first hit one of the buildings and one of the wings ripped off before the plane twisted and broke into 3 parts. Cormac states that the plane probably crashes because Archos made the plane systems fail. Cormac concludes that this was one of man's darkest hours, yet they were able to bounce back and eventually win the war. I'm not going to spoil anything else from the book. Robopocalypse is a great and well-written book. Thank you for listening.